Good morning, 7th graders. Today you're going to be taking your 7th grade reading benchmark. So remember, when it comes to the reading benchmark and the reading star, the reading passages cannot be read to you. So you'll need to read them. You got this. You can do it. Don't forget, you can use a dictionary and a thesaurus, and the scratch paper that you have, use it to write down notes, just like how you do it in your classes. So here we go. I will have the reading passage go up on the screen. Pause it, read it at your own pace, take notes, hit play, let the screen move up, and I will read to you the questions and the answer choices. All right, doggies? You got this. Good luck, and remember, record your answers on your answer document and keep everything to yourself. You're taking a test. Here we go. First question, which words from paragraph 3 help the reader understand the meaning of the word daunting? A, challenge of solving real-world crisis. B, make the world a better, more peaceful place. C, demonstrate that young children. D, have the desire. Question 2, which of these is an opinion the author expresses about the world peace game? F, Hunter now spends part of his time teaching the world peace game to other teaching professionals through a partnership with schools and other Virginia counties. G, it is no surprise that both Hunter and the world peace game are becoming well known beyond the borders of Virginia. H, Time magazine named Hunter one of the 12 education activists to watch in 2012. J, the students also participated in a mock news conference and asked the press secretary questions about real-world issues. Question 3. The photograph of Hunter and his game helps the reader understand that the game A, involves a detailed setup, B, requires a specific number of players, C, leads to thought-provoking discussions, D, includes a great amount of physical activity. Question 4. Hunter most likely believes that students who play the world peace game will F, be motivated to find careers that involved with promoting world peace. G, think of new rules and scenarios for the game as they play. H, be more aware of the events taking place in the world around them. J, create their own version of the game to share with their friends and families. Question 5. Read the sentences from the selection. These sentences help the reader understand that playing the world peace game, A, can be an intense experience for players as they consider the impact of the choices. B, often leads players to become discouraged by the result of their choices. C, can be frustrating to many of the players because of its complexity. D, often results in players change with the values in life. Question 6. Based on the details in paragraph 6, the reader can conclude that Hunter most likely, F, thinks it is important to share the ideas and values of the world peace game with others. G, enjoys teaching others how to facilitate the world peace game more than playing the game itself. H, feels responsible for making sure people around the world know the rules of the world peace game. J, knows the students will continue playing the world peace game when they are older. Question 7. The author includes quotation in paragraph 3 to A, explain how students are able to achieve the goals of the game. B, demonstrate that the game is a valuable way to teach students about world cultures. C, suggests that playing the game has motivated students to create their own games. D, provide insight into how students react to playing the game. 8. What is the best summary of the selection? F, John Hunter, a 4th grade teacher, created the World Peace Game in 1978. In the game, the students find solutions to world problems. His students spend 8 weeks each year playing the game. The World Peace Game has attracted the attention of many different people around the world. G. In 1978, teacher John Hunter created the World Peace Game and shared it with his students. The game requires students to collaborate in order to solve stimulated world problems. The game has attracted the interest of people all over the world. Hunter hopes playing the game will have a positive lifelong impact on students. H. Each year, John Hunter's students play the World Peace Game in his 4th grade class. In the game, students are assigned to a country and make decisions that will solve problems their country faces. Students must work together to solve the problems in the game. When all the problems are solved, the game's over. J. Since 1978, teacher John Hunter's students have been playing the World Peace Game. The game has gained Hunter attention from TV producers, and students around the world are now playing it. Hunter and his class have been asked to explain the rules and purposes of the game to U.S. government officials. Here's your next passage. Question 9. What does the setting advance the plot of the story? How does the setting advance the plot of the story? A. It allows the characters to witness an uncommon event. B. It gives the characters the opportunity to identify a problem. It offers the characters a chance to develop new relationships. D. It causes the characters to feel unsafe. Question 10. Which sentence shows the narrator is aware of the feelings of others? F. It doesn't seem to be as strong though, and the first turtle is putting an increasing amount of distance between them. G. The baby turtle seems to be taking a break from his attempts to free himself from the nest. H. We hurry back to the nest, where a few other beach walkers have been drawn in as well. J. I can tell her mind is on her little brother, Charlie. Question 11. Why does the narrator watch the other turtles hatch at the end of the story? A. He's consumed by his thoughts about the first turtle's destiny. B. It doesn't have the patience to observe such a long process. C. He's concerned that his mother has started worrying again. D. He doesn't want to ruin the experience for the little girl. Question 12. What is the primary theme of the story? F. The young girl must make their own path in life. G. Home is where a person feels accepted. H. People have a responsibility to protect nature. J. Strangers can bond while sharing an experience. Question 13. What is the best summary of the story? A. While on vacation, the narrator and his mother come across a nest of hatching sea turtles. The narrator listens as a woman explains to her young daughter that the small turtles will travel far across the ocean. A small crowd watches the turtles make their own way across the sand. The narrator tries to continue watching the first turtle after the wave pulled it out to sea, but the creature is soon hidden from view. The narrator is on a family vacation in Florida. While on an evening walk along the beach, the narrator and his mother have the opportunity to watch baby sea turtles hatch and struggle towards the ocean. The turtles remind the mother of her younger son, who is traveling alone to Los Angeles. The narrator hopes that the first newly hatched sea turtle will overcome the odds and survive the ocean. C. The narrator and his mother decide to walk on the beach at sunset. It soon becomes dark. They meet a little girl and her mother who explain that a nest of sea turtles has unexpectedly begun to hatch. The woman asks whether the narrator and his mother have a cell phone so that they can call her husband, but they do not. The narrator and his mother leave, but they return when the little girl yells that a turtle is out of the nest. D. A little girl tells people walking on the beach that some baby turtles are hatching. The narrator and his mother join the girl and her mother to watch the turtles, which are hatching about 10 days earlier than expected. The girl asks her mother where the first turtle is going and learns that it must swim to the Sargasso Sea. The narrator admires the small turtle's determination to cross the sand and reach the water. Question 14. Using the first-person point of view allows the author to F. Describe the occasion's importance to the local residents. G. Explain the narrator's complex relationship with his mother. H. Present each character's thoughts about the event. J. Help the reader feel closely connected with the narrator's experience. 15. Why are the woman's comments about the nest in paragraphs 6 and 10 important to the story? A. They explain why it's problematic that the turtles are hatching early. B. They establish that the woman is knowledgeable about the life cycle of turtles. C. They reveal the significance of seeing the turtles hatch from their nest. D. They show that local residents think tourists disregard the safety of the turtles. Question 16. In paragraph 19, the author refers to the turtles' onlookers as a group of fans to show that F. People are leading the turtle to the ocean. G. The crowd wants the turtle to succeed. H. The narrator feels like part of the crowd. J. The narrator wishes more people could see the event. Question 17. The narrator's observations in paragraph 2 are important to the story because they A. Imply that Charlie values his personal interest more than family. B. Suggest that the narrator envies his brother. C. Illustrates the family desires to spend time together. D. Convey the mother's anxiety about Charlie. Okay guys, here's your next passage. Question 18. Read the sentence from paragraph 4. But even though I may never be perfect, I feel a sense of satisfaction eating a meal that I've cooked that didn't cost me a small fortune. This sentence suggests that the author believes cooking, F, is a good way to learn about new food. G, has immediate and practical rewards. H, should involve trying to make complex meals. J, leads the healthier eating habits. 19. The author's main purpose for writing this blog entry is to A. Urge young people to make an effort to learn basic cooking skills. B. Offer support for young people aspiring to become professional chefs. C. Encourage young people to avoid eating convenience foods. C. Convince young people that learning to cook is simple. Question 20. Which sentence from the blog entry supports the idea that learning to cook is an ongoing process? F. On weekends, when I have the time, I make extra food and store it in the freezer. G. I'm not saying that all kids should be master chefs, but I do think young people should try to understand and utilize basic cooking skills. H. While I was cooking, I started thinking about the lessons and tips my mother had tried to teach me, and I wish that I had been more patient. J. I still make mistakes, such as scorching the vegetables or making the hamburger meat too spicy to eat. Question 21. What does the phrase resorted to mean in paragraph 5? A. Do something at a last option. B. Make something important. C. Do something as a favor. D. Make something last longer. Question 22. Which sentence from the blog entry is an example of stereotyping? F. I'd love to see this happen in schools all over the United States. G. Young adults today, myself included, have not made learning to cook a priority. H. The survey also found that the average Texan eats at a restaurant nearly 4 times a week. J. One day I saw an advertisement for a show featuring kids aged 8 to 13 in a cooking competition. Question 23. Why does the author include paragraph 8 in the blog entry? A. To emphasize that few people have the patience to become good chefs. B. To restate the benefits of learning to cook from a young age. C. To give some suggestions and to encourage the reader to take action. D. To make a distinction between the roles of parents and children in the kitchen. Your next passage. What is one reason scientists are excited about the idea of using coral bots to restore reefs? F. Coral bots will imitate insects and birds. G. Programming coral bots takes less time than training a diver. C. Coral bots are unlikely to cause more damage to a reef. J. Coral bots would be able to repair reefs more effectively than divers can. Question 25. Noah Sharkley's comment in paragraph 5 helps the reader understand how coral bots would A. Work in groups to perform a task. B. Be pre-programmed to allow a follow set of rules. C. Give researchers a new way to collect data from coral reefs. D. Be used to perform difficult tasks on land as well in the water. Question 26. The author organizes this selection mainly by F. Discussing the activities that cause damage to coral reefs. G. Explaining how damage to coral reefs have been becoming more severe over time. H. Describing how coral bots could solve some problems associated with restoring coral reefs. J. Comparing the methods that divers use to compare coral reefs to the methods used by coral bots. Question 27. Which sentence from this selection best explains why the health of coral reefs is of great concern to scientists? A. Coral reefs are home to 1/4 of the marine life on the planet and serve as a natural barrier against damage caused by storms, hurricanes, and typhoons. B. These reefs can be damaged by natural disasters such as hurricanes, or they can be affected by human-related activities such as large ships running their hulls along a reef or fishing equipment scratching the seafloor. C. Scientists at CMBB hope to program coral bots to locate colonies of endangered coral and reconstruct them. D. Scientists and volunteer divers work to reassemble damaged coral, but their success has been minimal. Question 28. What is the author's primary purpose for writing this selection? F. To highlight the importance of fishing industry in cities along the Zangti's River. G. To describe how Three Gorge Dam uses the flow of the Zangti River to create energy from people in China. H. To provide information about the different species of fish that populate the Zangti River. J. To explain how scientists monitor the impact of the Three Gorges Dam and determine strategies for reversing its effect. Question 29. Which sentence from this selection best supports the idea that careful adjustments to the Three Gorges Dam can improve the quality of the Yangtze River? A. ESIX helps researchers embed transmitters into small samples of fish in the Zangti River basin. B. They hope to determine the right amount of water to release from the dam in order to support the natural breeding of the fish. C. The dam is located on the Zangti River, one of the most important rivers in China, famed for its diverse wildlife. D. Other fish are important for maintaining the fish industry, a major part of the economy for cities of the river. Question 30. The Latin word ob means in the way. Helps the reader understand what the word obstructs in paragraph 2 means. F. Reverse. G, defeats, H, lengthens, J, hinders. 31. By using transmitters to track the fish in the Xingti River, researchers most likely will be able to A, monitor the number of fish living in the river basin, B, establish how many fish are needed to sustain the population, C, determine how changes to the river disrupt the life cycle of the fish, D, learn which types of fish are preferred by the fishing industry in the surrounding cities. Question 32. How are the problems discussed in Robots on Reefs and Something Fishy different? In Robots on Reefs, scientists have a plan to solve a problem, while in Something Fishy, scientists still need to determine the solution to the problem. G. In Robots and Reef, experts are seeking a permanent solution to a problem, while in Something Fishy, experts are looking only for a temporary solution to a problem. H. In Robots on the Reef, their problem mainly affects life in the water, while Something Fishy, their problem mainly affects life on land. J. In Robots on Reef, their problem was caused intentionally, while in Something Fishy, their problem was caused accidentally. Question 33. How are the coral bots discussed in Robots on Reef and the fish transmitters discussed in Something Fishing similar? A. Both are designed to independently complete a task. B. Both assist scientists in tracking the amount of ocean life in a specific area. C. Both are meant to be used by scientists to help restore an environment. B. Both are programmed to model the behavior of instincts. Question 34. Read these sentences from the selection. Okay, you'll need to read the sentences. Alright guys, so you received a handout that has a poem on it because of copyright laws. They couldn't put the poem inside this booklet, so you have it off to the side so you could write all over it if you need to write notes. Question 37. Which of these best describes how the speaker feels about the snake? A. Is frightened that it will cause her harm. B. Eager to offer it assistance. C. Sympathetic to his situation. D. Impatient because it is in her way. 38. What does the poet include in the words, though the book says it can't be done, in line 5 and 6? F. The speaker enjoys learning about nature. G. To show that the speaker knows her encounter with the snake is unusual. H. To emphasize that the speaker wishes she were at home reading instead. J. To imply how the speaker is an argumentative person. 39. The point of view of the poem helps the reader understand the A. Threat the ribbon snake represents. B. Ribbon snake's ability to anticipate the speaker's actions. C. Types of places the ribbon snake can be observed in nature. D. Aspects of the ribbon snake's behavior that the speaker finds interesting. Question 40. What does the break between stanza 2 and 3 help the poet convey? F. A shift in focus from the slow movements of the snake to the speaker's quick reaction. G. A contrast between the stillness of the scene and the sudden movement of the snake. H. A difference in the snake's behavior as it becomes increasingly curious. J. A change in the speaker's appreciation of the snake's beauty. Question 41. The imagery in these lines contribute to a sense of A. Relief, B. Gloom, C. Wonder, D. Discomfort. 42. Read the dictionary entry below. Which definition matches the word flow and is used in line 14? F. Definition 1, G. Definition 2, H. Definition 3, J. Definition 4. 43. At the end of the poem, the speaker realizes that the snake is A. Fragile creature, B. Seeking a companion, C. Aware of its surroundings, D. Unlikely to return to that spot. Here's your next passage. Question 44. Which word best describes the author's decision to buy the flower and seed packets? F. Thoughtful. G. Obsessive. H. Manipulative. J. Unplanned. Question 45. The author includes a description in paragraph 2 to convey that she A. had difficulty understanding her mother's fascination with gardening, B. believed her mother's consistent gardening was an inconvenience, C. resented that her mother paid so much attention to the plants, D. appreciated some of the plants her mother grew more than others. Question 46. What is the best summary of the selection? F. The author grew up watching her mother take pleasure in growing many kinds of plants, but she did not share her mother's interest in gardening. When she was a teenager, she decided to plant several flowers. After waiting several weeks, the author finally got to appreciate the joy of finding a sprouted seed. G. The author describes how she grew up surrounded by the many beautiful plants that her mother loved growing. One day, the author bought flower seeds and planted them. The author realized the plant required care. H. Growing plants gives the author's mother great joy and happiness, but she tried to share this experience with the author. The author was not interested in learning about gardening with her mother. One day, the author decided to buy packets of flower seeds. J. The author's mother loved gardening and grew many different kinds of plants, especially tomatoes. When the author came home with packets of flower seeds, her mother told her that she would have to grow them on her own. After waiting several weeks, the author finally saw her flower seeds begin to grow. Question 47. What does the word forewarned mean in paragraph 4? A. Explained after the fact. B. Informed in advance. C. Told at a later date. D. Understood the same time. Question 48. The author's reactions when she found a morning glory vine in her pot suggest that she was F. Concerned that the other seeds might not grow. G. Eager to start growing her flowers. H. Certain that her mother would be pleased by her success. J. Surprised by how happy she felt when she saw the flower sprout. Okay, question 49. When the author brought the flower seeds home, the mother reacted in a way that A. Forced the author to seek help elsewhere. B. Showed that she was pleased by the author's attempt to care for the seeds. C. Demonstrated her lack of interest in the author's hobbies. D. Showed she expected the author to be responsible for the care of the seeds. Question 50. The author begins and ends the selection with the idea in order to emphasize that F. Finding the interesting hobby may take many years. G. Positive results take time but are worth the wait. H. Many people focus on what they want in the present. J. Completing a long-term goal is difficult for most people. And there, guys, there's your stop sign. Do your happy dance, whoop whoop. If you need to, go back and look at other passages or go listen to other questions. And we're super proud of y'all, guys. Keep it working, keep it going. All right, you got this. Y'all are the awesome, mighty doggies.